All right, let's go to Fayetteville, Arkansas. We're going to talk to another John, but with no H. What's up, John with no H?
Hey, Dr. John, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me a little bit.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. What's up? How can I help?
Sure. Man, well, I ended up getting fired from my job in February, and I actually had a 2-year contract, so I'm getting paid through March of next year. But I'm just struggling because I thought I had another job in place, and I haven't been able to find anything, and just trying to figure out where to go from here. They pay me good money. There's no financial need. It's just trying to find myself and find a use, because my job has always kind of been who I am, and I've struggled with that and pretty self-aware of it, but yeah, I'm just kind of having a hard time with it.
Sucks, man. What'd you get fired for?
It was actually because I was being pursued and interviewed for other jobs and didn't end up getting them, but thought there was a lack of loyalty and went a different direction.
Was there a lack of loyalty?
I don't think so, because the jobs I was interviewing for were promotions with 50% pay raise, big time programs, that kind of thing.
So I've had seasons when I had hundreds of employees. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anytime somebody worked for me, had an opportunity to go do something big, go get promoted, I think I'd always tried to be their number one cheerleader, man.
Sure.
Right. So I'll tell you this, you're lucky that you're out of this mess. Okay. If somebody would rather cut your knees out and say, how dare you try to progress your career? How dare you try to go make more money? How dare you? Man, you don't want to work there anyway. Right.
Right.
Now, that doesn't help the existential issue, which is you got fired and that sucks.
Right.
There's some data that talks about getting fired as like the psychological impact, which means the physiological and biological impact. What does that mean? You're not a wimp. That means that your body has been injured. Okay. Right. Similar to losing a loved one.
Right.
And when we lose a loved one, we have a whole process for that. We have a funeral. We dress up in different clothes. We talk to our friends about it. We mourn it. We have a drink. We take some time away. And when you get fired, you just go try to find another job, right?
Right.
Have you sat down and just straight up mourned this thing and grieved it?
Probably not in that sense. The first 2 months afterwards, I was interviewing and looking for jobs, and I kind of sat back and relaxed and said, hey, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm getting paid. I've got 2 young kids at home. I get to coach my kids' t-ball team for the first time, but I don't think I ever mourned it. I've tried to enjoy it and see the blessings that I have in my life, but then after a couple of days or a week, it goes back to the embarrassment, the shame.
There you go. That's it, man. So you ignored it and you tried to run from it. And you ran from it towards good things, man. Coaching your kids' t-ball team, being positive about it. Those are all good things, but you can't run from it.
Right.
Okay. What does the embarrassment and shame come from?
And I don't think like my wife, I feel like I've lost respect, and she always comes, and we talk about it. We've got a great relationship, but I'll say, hey, that was disrespectful. I know I don't have a job right now, but I'm still trying. And she's like, well, I didn't mean it that way. And
sure.
All my friends are in the same profession, and they're super successful, and I have been doing great, but and they're the best. It just, when you're around them, and they're the best friends in the world, but hey, they're being successful. They're where I want to be. And now all of a sudden I'm not. We're on the level playing field. Now it's, hey, I'm unemployed and can't get a job, when 6 months ago I was turning down jobs.
That's right. So you're in a season, man. It's winter and it's cold outside, right?
Yeah.
Is it going to be this way forever?
No, and that's the hard part, is because March is a long way away, but it's close. Mm-hmm. It's just hiring. It's kind of an interesting career, but the hiring season is in the winter.
Yeah,
and kind of waiting for that to come back again.
So here's what you need, my man. 2 things. Number one, you need a purpose. You got to get out of bed every day. So I want you to go find just a job. Okay, go to a place where you can go do a thing. And it doesn't have to be your dream job. It doesn't have to be a whatever, but it's got to go be a thing where you can contribute. And where you, even if it's, I don't know, if it's at Starbucks, I don't care what it is, but you've got to go be a part of something where you're contributing. Okay.
Yeah.
And the second thing is I want you to double down on some service. I want you to find some people that are not in your house that you can go serve, whether it's go find 2 people on your street and you can just mow their lawn and do that regularly. Go find something outside of yourself, because right now you're stuck inside your head and you are starting to tell yourself stories about other people who love you. And what happens is this thing's going to spin faster and faster and faster on you. They're not going to want to be around you because you're going to be hard to be around. And then it's going to spin faster and spin faster. And then it's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, man, I've had buddies who've lost jobs. I love them. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's heartbreaking.
Right.
And here, we're going to make fun of them either way because they're my friends, right?
Right.
So if they start working at Starbucks, be like, oh my God. So that's part of it, right? I want you to put your head high. You got fired, dude. Own it.
Yep.
Right? I think your wife still loves you. She still loves you?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. She still loves you. That's awesome. And does your kids still love you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. And so have a funeral for this thing. Probably take your wife out and let's do this thing right. Let's have a funeral for it. I want you to be open about, like, I feel like a failure. I feel like a loser. And I'm going to put these feelings to bed today. I'm going to acknowledge I liked this job. I wish I hadn't gotten fired from it. I was a good employee and they let me go. And then we're going to have a proper funeral for this thing. And then you're going to get up and you're going to go find a job. And dude, if somebody won't hire you because you had interim work, then you don't want to work there either. I would love for somebody to have a paycheck for a year and they're like, man, I just went and ground one out. I just went over there to Starbucks. I went over there to my neighbor's firm. I went to work for one of my buddies doing 3 levels below what I normally do just to have a job to contribute, get up and shower and put my clothes on for whatever. But dude, go towards that. Okay. And
Sure.
Make sure you're modeling for your kids. Make sure you're modeling. Hey man, every single one of us gets punched in the mouth hard. Here's what getting up looks like. Here's what grieving it looks like. Here's what being sad looks like. Here's what gratitude looks like. Here's what service looks like. And
Right.
if you can, if kids are old enough, drag them along and make them mow the yards with you, right? Or go for a walk in the evening and pick up trash in your neighborhood. Do it for an hour. Who cares? You're doing something to contribute, okay? And it's getting you out of your head. Here's the thing, my brother. You're not a loser. You're not.
Yeah.
You got fired. Sucks. Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But you're not a loser.
No, I know that. And again, I said I'm pretty self-aware, but it kind of resonates because I had another great job before, and it's a different profession, but ended up getting hurt and couldn't do it anymore. And I went down kind of that path, and I could feel my mental health going down. And I'm not there because it was different. It was right after college. It was playing professional football, and now it's, and obviously about that transitioning from professional athlete to something else is hard. And I kind of got through it, got back to the top of another career, and I just feel myself going down that path again.
Hey, what do you want to do, man?
I'm a football coach. That's what I do. And I know I need to not live in my career, but that's my purpose.
You love coaching. What ages?
College.
You love coaching college ball, right?
Oh yeah.
College ball is a zoo right now, right?
It is.
It's
Yep.
bananas. Could you call a local high school and say, hey, I want to help out in spring ball?
And I've gone down that path. It's just I don't want to commit to something and then if a job comes up,
hey,
not do it.
You're going to do that. You're going to, yourself
That's
until
right.
you're not going to get out of bed.
You're right.
Right? So I want you to be on the phone with a high school or a middle school this week.
Okay.
And go let them know, hey, dude, I got canned from whatever university, and I'm a good coach. I'm searching the country for it. And by the way, when you're a football coach, you move a lot, and you also got a wife who's hanging on now.
That's right.
Who can't commit to a community or to a church or to her friends because she's going to pack up and move, and they live in that limbo. I worked in university administration. My wife experienced the same thing, and I didn't realize it, that she was afraid. The joke in our house, but it wasn't a joke, was planting asparagus. She loves having a big garden, but those take 2 or 3 years to come up. And she'd say, I can't ever plant asparagus because I never know where we're going to live. And that broke my heart, right? And so this year was the first year she actually planted it since we've been married, right? So all I have to say is, man, go down there and just start finding yourself, get your whistle out and get those weird, ridiculous coaching shorts out and go get involved in the lives of young people. Get back out there and the calls will come, man. You know that.
Yeah, hoping so.
Stop. Maybe you'll find out you love coaching high school ball. I coached high school. It was awesome. Probably not, but dude, you got to go do. You know this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I have your word? You're going to go make some calls today?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Excellent, man. And get out there and go volunteer, help out with them, whether it's in the weight room, whether that's whatever. Go make it happen. And then, dude, get on the phone and start calling some folks. I know especially the college coaching world, man, it is about your friends and who you know and your brothers and your sisters, and go make that stuff happen, right? And if you've ever thought about transitioning out of coaching into doing something else, or transitioning to high school instead of college, now is the time. What do you want to do? College coaching is going to look super different in the next few years, especially if UT and OU blow up the Big 12 and then the domino. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be awesome, but it's going to be a mess. And they can pay players. The whole landscape is shifting. If you've ever thought, man, maybe now's that time, right? But you got to get out of your head. Go serve, go be with, go do, right? Go do. But I want you to first have a funeral with your wife. Mourn this job. Let this thing exhale. Tell her you're sorry for taking her all over the country. And now she's just in that limbo land. Ugh. And then get after it. Hey, man, thanks for the call, dude. I'm grateful that you trusted me with that. He got fired. I got fired. Dude, that's the loss of a loved one. It hurts. And it hurts bad. All right, man. John, thank you so much for that call, dude. You're awesome. Go do. You got it.